speak to you briefly about moving forward. I want you to understand and I want you to know that all the time, God requires every one of us to be moving forward. No matter how it looks like, no matter how things are looking on your side, but God requires us that we keep on moving forward. Just look at the children of Israel immediately when they came out of the hands of the Egyptians. And when they were along the way, they found the Red Sea ahead of them. And behind, the enemies are following them. And they started crying. They started complaining. And now God is coming to Moses, who was their leader, and he told Moses, tell the children of Israel, do not cry. Stop crying. Move forward. You can ask a question, really, God? In the midst of the danger, in the midst of darkness ahead of us, there is a Red Sea, and behind us, our enemies, the people who have been oppressing us for many years, are following us to take us back to the pain that we have been there. But you can imagine, God is saying, in the midst of that danger, in the midst of what you're going through, God is speaking to you today that you should move forward. And you'll find that many times we fail to move forward because of the things that keep on holding us. And I just want to speak about one thing that keeps a lot of people or hinders a lot of people from moving forward. And this is their past, your past. And I want you to understand that every one of us, you've got a past. And in your past, your yesterday, there are some things, a lot of things has happened to you. There is a pain you went through. There is a darkest moment that you have gone through. You have been crying. You have been grieving. You have been in pain. And you feel like, I cannot move forward because where will I get the strength? I will take you back to that situation of the children of Israel. You are telling us, God, to move forward. Where can we even get the strength to move forward? How sure are we that you will make a way in the midst of the Red Sea? How sure are we? Where can we get that strength? Yet we are paining, we are bleeding, we are in pain, we are in a darkest moment. And maybe your yesterday was not very good to you. You are past. But I want to speak to you because a lot of people are dwelling on the past. And the past has nothing to do with you. It is your past. It is yesterday. But a lot of people are dwelling on the past. You try to move forward, to make some progress in your life, but you find yourself, you're still finding yourself staying in the past. And I just want to speak to you that you will never make progress as long as you are in the past. And the Bible says in Philippians chapter 3 and verses 13, this was Paul who was speaking, and he mentioned something, or he says something about forgetting what is behind, and I press towards the goal. And Paul was saying, I'm forgetting what is behind me. I'm forgetting my past. I'm forgetting my pain, my failure, the mistakes, the errors that I've made. Because a lot of people have made a lot of errors, mistakes in their past. And you will find that you keep on dwelling on the past. And I want to show you, and now David is saying, forget what is behind. Why? Because you will never move forward. You will never make progress until you forget. Moving forward will come once you forget. But as long as you're not forgetting, as long as you're not releasing, as long as you're not letting go, you will never make progress in your life. And I just want to take you through a man called David in the Bible who went through a pain, a grieving moment, the darkest part of his life. But we will see him that he never dwelled on his past. Yes, it is true, it is painful. Yes, there is something I lost. It was so precious. There is something that I feel like I cannot move without it. But I'm speaking to you that God is saying, let it go, let it go. And in the Bible, you'll find the story of David in 2 Samuel chapter 12. You will find David, a child, his child fall sick. And when the child was sick, the Bible says David fall down on the ground, and he was crying, he was grieving. The Bible is saying David was not eating anything because he was in pain. But I want you to see in verses 22, the Bible says in verses 22, so David arose from the ground, washed and anointed himself, and changed his clothes, and went into the house of the Lord and worshipped. Just look at this. Just look at the man who was grieving, who was crying because the child was sick. He was believing God that the child the child will come back to life. The child will be healed. The child will come back to normal. But the moment that the child died, when he was given a report that the child is no more, David did not continue to grieve. David did not continue to cry. David did not continue to stay in pain. The Bible says David rose from the ground. Which ground? That ground of pain, that ground of darkness, that ground of the past, that ground that keeps on holding you. You try to make some progress, but you still find yourself in the same place, in the same pain, in the same mistakes. But see what David said, what David did, He rose from that ground and washed himself, anointed himself, and he changed even the clothes. Which clothes? The clothes of the pain, the clothes of the things that they have been going through. He rose up and believed that I will not continue to be in this situation because it will kill me. It will kill me. I will not continue. I will not make any progress. So I want you to see this.